Hi John, this is Hal Jacobs, PGA professional at Worcester Country Club, just reviewing our golf lesson on August 2nd, 2011. And let me just draw a couple lines here. This is the face-on view. We'll just talk about a little bit about what we worked on. So as you take the golf club back, you're going to see you have a tendency to move a tiny bit off the ball. I was trying to research some swings for you, and I happen to see Steve Stricker, who also moves a little bit off the ball. So I'll compare you to him in a little bit. The very first lesson we worked on trying to get your upper body to kind of move a little bit laterally towards the target. So you're doing that really well. You weren't doing this last week. But then the thing we worked on this current week, August 2nd, was as you come into impact, you have a tendency not to turn. So you can see your left shoulder rising up coming into impact as opposed to turning out of the way. And then as I take you through, at this point the club should be rotating over. So let me just bring up a couple people here. First one I'll bring up is Adam Scott. He's another young player that you'd probably be well to emulate. So you can see as he gets to the top of his backswing and comes down into impact, the shoulder doesn't go up as much, it more rotates. And if I take him the same position you are right here, take a look at how little, I don't think you see any of his glove hand up here, whereas on you I could see all of the glove, and you could see what the forearms look like. So we worked a little bit on rotating. We also worked on rotating the forearms as well. And let's see, Steve Stricker, I remember we talked about him. So Steve Stricker gets to the top of the golf swing. He moves a little bit laterally off the ball, but he comes back, and take a look at his left shoulder as it rotates around and gets out of the way, and yours kind of went high. And you can see what his hands look like here. Again, you can barely see any glove on his left hand versus your hand. So, that's going to be, when you hit the ball this way, you're going to hit those tails to the right. And we worked a little bit on path. So let me just bring this slide up here. And I'm just going to draw a couple lines because you do some great things in your golf swing. Number one being you don't move vertically up and down, which is great. Here's your spine angle. Let me just draw this line here. And last line is this one over here. So as you take the club back, you're a little bit inside, but you keep your spine angle great. And then here's, you lower a little bit, which all good players do, so that's good to see. But then here's where we run into a little bit of a trouble. Let me just draw this up here. So the little bit of lowering is okay. If I drew a line from your hands to the ball, ideally I'd like to see your hands stay on that line, see how they're up above it. So that's going to make the golf club go left, and it's going to pop out underneath. Whoops, it's going to pop out underneath your shoulders, right there. So when you first see your club, you can see how low it is. If I bring up, so who do I got? I got Steve Stricker. So if I bring up his, at the top of his golf swing, he's a little bit outside the line on the way back, which I think for him helps him get down the line a little better. But you can see how the club goes outside, whereas yours went inside. But then let me draw this line back to the ball, and watch where his hands go. They kind of go straight down that line. See that? And then actually come inside a little bit where yours went outside. And then when he gets the club out, it's a little bit closer to the shoulder line, a little more parallel to this shaft plane. Even young guys like Charles Schwartzel, I guess he's about my age, but he's younger than Steve Shirker. This is from when he won the Masters on Sunday. Get him up to the top of his golf swing. And just watch his move down. You see how his hands duck underneath that plane line a little bit. So that's going to help him hit it straighter. But those are the things that we worked on. If I bring up this, we worked on the swing plane thing. Actually, this video right here. And so I don't have to draw the plane line here because you're on it already. But if you go down, go down it, and the club's still coming out a little bit low, but at least that's, we practiced a little bit on that. So we practiced on two things, path, and we practiced on path and club rotation through the shot. So those two things are what you need to focus on. Remember, we did a bunch of drills, one where your right foot was dropped back, one with your feet together. We hit a bunch of 30 to 40 yard wedge shots with those two snow poles keeping your direction. So practice that way. Let me know how it goes, and just give me an update when you want to meet again.